What's up, guys? This is Griever back here, bringing you guys once again another Zelda video, another Zelda review video for Volume 4 of Twilight Princess Review. Now, this one, I just finished reading this one as well. You know, once I read Volume 3, I just really wanted to and made that video. I just really couldn't put it down, so I decided to make Volume 4 the video as well, because I just wanted to keep reading what happens. Now, I would say that this is almost where you would consider the end of like an arc, so to speak. Like the first 4 volumes tell the main story, and now we're coming to a big conclusion here, and a change of pace and a change of direction for the rest of it. Like, we all know what happens in the game, but this is a milestone. This is a milestone volume, because let's just go through this a little bit, because first we deal with the Gorons, right? We deal with Renato's daughter, of course, being a good friend of Dara and stuff, and a lot of these things are added for the manga for effect, right? And they're here, and the sumo match happens, but we don't get the iron boots or anything like that. It's Midna using her giant hand and flick and all that stuff for the sumo match, things like that. The humans are evil, all that fun jazz, right? So they go to Death Mountain, they deal with the Gorons, and they deal, of course, with the big fiery boss monster that was in the original trailers for Twilight Princess long before it came out. Really cool boss character there. And they collect one of the shadow crystals. Midna's all good and such. Now, we all know who Midna is. Volume 1, it's not a big major reveal like it was in the game. I think this direction is different, but I enjoy it because Link, as a character, we might know from reading and playing the game and stuff like that, but Link doesn't know who Midna is. So seeing that through his eyes, and I like the fact that when she looks up at the moon and she's reflecting, he can see her true form for a moment. It's really interesting how she's still, because that's her true self, right? So I really, really enjoy this aspect of it. I really do, because after they deal with all that and she's looking up at the moon and she's reminiscing about the fact that the people of the light world treat the Twilight realm like it's a trash dump, like any denizens, any demons, any problems with the light world, they throw it into the Twilight realm to banish it, to get rid of it. They don't respect the fact that the Twilight realm is not, it might be a realm of darkness, but it's not a realm of evil. It's just the realm of darkness, where this is the realm of light. It's not, it's two sides of the same coin. It's not necessarily evil. It's not like heaven, hell here, right? So, but the people of light don't know that. They're arrogant and stuff. And we see Zant, before he was gifted the power of Ganondorf, we see Zant there arguing with, of course, the master, the king, the queen of the Twilight people, and the queen of the Twilly. And she's just like, nope. And we see, of course, the Golden Wolf by her side. And she's just like, bow down before me. We are not going to start a war. We start a war, our people will pay the price. And that's just not right. So that all goes down, and we see her reminiscing in front of the moon, and we see her in full form. And Link even says to Midna, is that you? Like, was there somebody else here? There was a long woman with pale skin, a beautiful woman and such. And Midna just remarks, maybe, does she know that she was in that form? Or does she not? It's left ambiguous here. Does she know that that's what he saw? Because he's like, oh, were you just fantasizing or something like that? But it's potential that the moon's light did something, or because it's at nighttime, there might have been just a glimmer of her true self. Hard to say if Midna is actually just keeping her, true form and her thoughts close to her chest, as she has done. And in this volume especially, she continues to do that. During the entirety of this, we're dealing with the whole memory loss of Lisa or Ilya. We're dealing with her memory loss. And it's compelling. I find it almost more compelling than the Children's Rescue back in Volume 3. I find this one, because they were so close, I find this one more emotionally driven. And we also get the side story, well, I guess it's the main quest really, but the side story with the Zora child, right? Which was a big factor, and they don't really do the whole Lake Bed Temple. Thank God they don't deal with the Lake Bed Temple. They don't even mention it. They just zoom down, boom, fight the big monster. Fight the Morpheus 2.0, or Mobius, or what is that thing called? Morpha. Yeah, so, but this is Morpheus, or whatever it was called in Twilight Princess. basically Water Temple 2.0, except Lake Bed Temple. Even the Great Bay Temple wasn't that annoying. So either way, they deal with all that. We have the Queen of the Zoras and her memory there, and she continues to speak and such, and the Zora's child is very sad. It's an emotional moment near the end of the volume. I remember it being the Serenade of Water playing, the remix, the remastered Serenade of Water for Twilight Princess playing during these moments. And though I really didn't care for the Lake Bed Temple, the moments with those scenes and the Serenade of Water playing was beautiful. It's one of my favorite songs in the original Ocarina of Time, along with the Song of Time. And this rendition was just the orchestra, it was just beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song. And when I was reading this, I actually decided to go on and put it on a loop on YouTube and play it while I read through it, and it really makes you feel. Find a loop of it. If you're ever going to read Volume 4, once you get about halfway through, once you get to following with the Zora, and once they get to the grave of the tombstone of King Zora himself, start playing that music and just take your time and read it slowly. It'll impact you. It's done very well. Not as well, I don't think, as the game in that sense, but it did do a very good job. The traveling companion idea of the carriage and everything in here was really well handled. It was a slower paced one, but I'm glad for the pacing. They're not trying to rush through this. They're trying to give each moment and they're in the game, and they're trying to flesh it out rather than just a quick talk. They're trying to really spend their time mentioning every little thing about, her memory, Telma, the barkeep, and we start to meet some of the members, of course, of the knighthood that he'll eventually join, for lack of a better word, a knighthood. We get some more information. I'm just trying to quickly reminisce here, see if there's anything else I really missed. I don't think there really is. The memory loss. The memory loss takes up a big portion of it. It really does. The Moblin boss might be alive after he fell off the bridge. That's remarked here, that he could be alive. He got his horn cut off and such. But the fact of the matter is the Moblins still seem to be organized in attacking. So he's under the impression, Link is questioning whether that Moblin boss may or may not still be alive. Ilia does get her memory back at the end, but she decides to stay at Telma's bar and everything. She does get her memory back and all that such. Link gets his Zora armor, and then the end part. The end part is the sad part. The end part, we have Midna. It's like, yeah, so what? I used you. I got my crown. I got my shadow crystal. I got my power. Now I can take down Zant. You are no use to me anymore. I'll bring you to the spring, and then we're done. You're just a human who doesn't understand the Twilight Realm. I'm going to, defeat Zant, and you have just been a tool, a means to an end. Link's just like, all right. He takes that in stride, and I like what he says here when he's like, all right, I'll take you to the shrine. And here, at the end, before he runs into Zant, because that's the big thing. He runs into Zant, and it's like, oh shit. Before that, he steps into the corner and he says, if this is going to be the last time we're going to see each other, could you say my name when we part? Because you've never said my name. I'd like you to hear you say it just once. And that's really nice, because she's called him Beast, Hero, Wolf Boy. She's called him everything human, never called him Link. So, at least to his face. And that dynamic, I liked it in the game. I love it in the manga. The dynamic between Link and Midna, because Midna acts like Midna from the game, which is a very compelling character, though she's been fleshed out a little more. But this Link, as I've said in previous reviews, has been completely made into a character with flaws. A hero with issues, a hero with problems. He's not just I'm going to win. He's not one-dimensional. He's got his baggage. He's unsure of himself and all that such, and seeing the dynamic between this Link and Midna makes that relationship that much better. Makes it so much better than the game was in their relationship, because we have a much different Link than we've ever seen before. In manga adaptation, in game, he's an unsure of himself hero that's been told he has to save Hyrule, and he doesn't know if he can. And he's always unsure of what to do and what to say, and he weeps and he cries, and he's not the stone-hearted, 40-year-old hero with a heart of gold or anything. He's got his faults. He's going to make his mistakes, and I love that. So, and here at the end, of course, they go to the shrine, and before they can, reassemble and do all that stuff, Zan appears, and Link walks forward, and there's Zan, tall as ever, standing right in front of him. Dun dun dun, and that's kind of the end part of Volume 4. Now, Volume 4, by comparison, is quite a bit thinner. It's smaller because, honestly, as I said, that's all it really covers. It covers the Goron thing quite well for the first about, quarter of the manga, the first third. The next part is simply following the memory loss and Ilya. It's following her whole deal along with the Zora child. And then the end part is the battle against the Lakebed Temple boss and collecting the last Shadow Crystal before they run into Zan. Volume 5, I expect to be incredible. I don't actually remember reading Volume 5. I might have read it when I first bought it, but I don't actually recall it anymore. So I'm going to get really excited to read that. I might not make the video about that today, but Volume 5 review will be happening much sooner than these ones, which took so goddamn long for me to get out since I started this series. So I'm really looking forward to Volume 5. I think Volume 5 is really going to hit it right where we need it to be. And once again, guys, if you love Zelda, if you love Twilight Princess, if you love manga, you owe it to yourself to buy these, to pick them up. They're here in Eastern Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm not exactly in Toronto or Montreal or some major city. I can pick these up at my local bookstore. And we're very limited for manga. We don't have a manga or an anime store or anything like that. We just have regular bookstores, and these are always there. The Zelda copies are always there. So I know you guys, wherever you are, I'm sure copies exist where you go. Please go support them, because this is amazing. I almost wish that the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask one, which only got single volumes. Ocarina of Time got 2 volumes to tell the whole story. So far this is up to 6, and I don't think it's even done yet. So unless the pacing changes really quickly in the next 2 volumes, this story is far from over. This is looking like it's going to be a 9-10 volume series. And all this makes me wonder is, hopefully we get an amazing Skyward Sword. Or what have you, So if you guys love Zelda and you love manga, what are you waiting for? Pick these up. It tells an incredible story. I just can't get over it. That's Volume 4 review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Griever. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. And stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you back here next time. Peace out.